You're in the war room.
Hi, I'm Al Hunt.
And I'm James Carville, and we have a new political podcast.
James and I talk to each other on the phone probably more often than we speak to our better halves.
Pretty sure my wife's not listening.
2020 Politics War Room.
I think things are going to change. I think that people are coming up and this is a straight line thing. It's going to be Warren, or it's going to be this, or it's going to be Biden, and Trump's going to be renominated. I don't have any idea who the Democratic or, say this, the Republican candidate is going to be in 2020. I do not think it is at all a given that Trump is going to be on the ballot. We can get good guests. You don't have to go to the studio. You're not going to be like the Hollywood squares, 6 in a box, and you got one person that you really want to hear from and 5 that, don't know whether to wind their butts or scratch their watches. And we're just going to get people that know, and that we can move the conversation along and try to give our subscribers some insight.
I mean, we're going to have conversations. Now, I hope we're going to go and put people in the hot spot sometimes, but they're going to be conversations, and they're going to be interesting conversations. Starting now with the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
We're never going to do any better than that. But Madam Speaker, thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Well, I want to be born on third base. That's what
Exactly. This is her first interview since the House voted to authorize the rules and procedures for continuing on the impeachment inquiry, a huge vote. And now that you've said all of that, you have said this has to be fair, it has to be thorough. You've set up those procedures. Can you finish this by year end? Because some people don't want it to go into the election year.
Well, I certainly hope so, but we will just go where the truth takes us, and that will be up to the committee, the Intelligence Committee, and then go to the Judiciary Committee. When we all agreed that we would get together and talk some politics and policy, little did we know that it would be just minutes after this vote would be taken on the floor. What this is about for us is that no one is above the law. That is just the principle. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. This isn't about his personality, his policies, his behavior. That's all for the election. This is about, was there a violation of his oath of office to the Constitution of the United States, and how do we honor ours?
What was the kind of triggering event in your mind that made you go from being skeptical to at least supporting a further look in this?
September 17th, 2019, which was the anniversary of the adoption of our Constitution, September 17th, 1787. That was the very day that this issue exploded, that the President of the United States used his office to undermine our national security by withholding congressionally voted funds for military assistance to Ukraine, undermine our national security to the benefit of Putin, jeopardizes the integrity of our elections by saying this will be granted or withheld depending on if you help me in the election, essentially. And in my view, a violation of his oath of office.
Trump, of course, claims that he's a victim here. Has he told you that? And what do you say to him when he says that?
I don't know that he has said that to me in just those words, but it's a tactic. It's a tactic, and let me just say, he's the President of the United States. When he became president, I thought we have to do whatever we can to help him be a good president for the people. Our whole agenda is for the people. This initiative to go further down the inquiry path is for the people, defending our democracy for the people. I don't even want to go into a psychoanalysis of this president, but I do think an intervention is warranted. And by the way, I say to our Republican friends, take back your party. This country needs a strong Republican Party, a strong Democratic Party. You have been hijacked by people who don't even believe in governance. People criticize, they say, well, they must all disagree with the president on this, that, and the other thing. And I know this isn't a policy question. But these people here have been worse and for longer than Trump on any issue. Denial of climate, women's right to choose, LGBTQ, equality, gun safety, immigration in a fair way, a fair way to protect our country, and name any subject, fairness in our economy. But we do have to win this presidency. I just want to leave you this note. We don't agonize over him, we organize, and we fully intend to have a big election next year. We must win the presidential election. Remember November.
Madam Speaker, on this momentous day, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you being with us. Thank you.
Well, I was
very
looking
much.
forward to a little, shall we say, comic relief here after this.
Join us Sunday, November 3rd for a special one-year countdown roundtable on the election and the impeachment of President Trump.
It has a nice ring to it.
What's that?
2020 Politics War Room with yours truly, James Carville and Al Hunt.
Subscribe, rate, and review. The War Room is coming in November.
Don't miss this show.